This is just going to be a video about, for those of you who do know my situation with Straight Talk, and for those of you who don't know, I'm going to explain what happened and hopefully prevent it from happening to somebody else. So on October 30th, my phone service stopped working. When I got home a couple hours later, I contacted Straight Talk customer service and began the process of trying to figure out what was going on. And during that process, I found out that they had transferred my cell service to somebody else's phone, which was giving them access to everything on my phone. And I was on the phone with customer service for several hours. I got transferred to the supervisor, and I practically begged them to deactivate the service, my cell service, or to transfer it back to me. And after hours on the phone with them, they refused to disable it, and they gave me some reason that they couldn't disable it because it was still processing the transfer, and they wouldn't be able to do anything till it was complete. But in a nutshell, they refused to help me. So the next day when I called, they still had not disabled my account, and this person had had access to all of my sensitive information, bank accounts, emails, apps, for 24 hours, and they were able to do a lot of damage. And I worked with them again for a couple hours, eventually got the cell service transferred back to my device, and I didn't realize how big a deal it was going to be, but that person in that 24 hours was able to make several fraudulent charges, various transactions through PayPal, banks, credit card, all kinds of stuff, everything that you just get used to doing with your phone. And so I decided right then and there that I was going to have to switch providers. If they can just transfer your service to somebody else with zero protection in place to prevent it. I found out that it's called a SIM swap, and it's kind of a newer scam where the person will call into your cell provider and they'll tell them that they need a new SIM card because they're upgrading their phone. When they get the new SIM card, it transfers everything to that new device. I decided I was gonna switch, but they wouldn't unlock my phone unless I paid them a fee. So I've been with Straight Talk for 10 years, and I've never had any issues. I mean, they had okay service. It's a zero contract company, zero strings attached company. I bought the phone outright, never made payments to them or anything. I own the phone, but you can't just take it to another provider because they have your device locked. And their policy is you have to have that device for 12 months to be able to unlock it for free. And if I remember right, I bought the phone around November last year. So I was just about a month shy of the 12-month mark. So they wanted me to pay $25 fee to unlock my phone that I own 100% of, just to leave their service. And I worked with them for hours and hours on their customer service line, trying to get them to waive the fee because of the situation that had occurred, because they refused to disable it. They would not waive the $25 fee, and I even escalated it up to their corporate office. They called me and put me in touch with the phone unlocking company, and I thought I was going to get the $25 fee waived. I mean, all my accounts were frozen. I don't really want to go out and buy a new phone right now because I'm having financial issues. So I was hoping I could just take the phone that I own and just switch providers. Even the phone unlocking guy refused to help me and told me that he just gave me the same policy spiel that it's been under 12 months, so you have to pay $25 fee. So basically they refused to unlock my phone and waive the $25 fee, even though they had been the direct result of identity theft and thousands of dollars in fraud. But they felt like they needed to hold my phone hostage for another $25, which I absolutely would not pay. So I ended up just going and getting a new phone. But before I did that, shortly after I had transferred my service to Verizon, I did find a YouTube video that showed me how to unlock their phones for free without them. And I'm going to show you how to do that at the end of the video, but it was too late for me to be able to use this, and I wasted a whole bunch of time going through their customer service line, which is completely useless. So luckily I was able to catch the fraud pretty quickly, and most of the money was able to get canceled while it was still pending. I contacted banks, canceled credit cards, PayPal, various things, and was able to get most of it back. But there was still some that I wasn't able to get back completely, which really, in the grand scheme of things, we were pretty lucky. Could have been a lot worse, and when stuff like this happens, usually people get hurt a lot more. So I'm not even so much upset that they had transferred the service. It's irritating, but what bothers me is when you call them, you bring it to their attention, and they straight up refuse to help you. If they had disabled my account when I brought it to their attention, nothing would have happened. But their direct refusal to disable the account that I pay for is what caused all this mess. So after 10 years of being with them, they weren't even willing to work with me at all on anything. So I figure the money that I wasn't able to get back, I know I'm not going to get it, and this is just for my own purposes, but I figure they owe me for that, the $25 fee to unlock my phone and my wife's phone, since we weren't able to take them with, and since it's the holiday season, I'm feeling somewhat generous. I'm going to go ahead and prorate the phone and only charge them for that 12th month. Since I had had it for 11 months, I'm only going to charge them $25 for the 12th month. So $25 fee for both phones, $25 prorate on the phone since it was used, and then whatever I wasn't able to get back, which I'm not going to say how much, that's more of a in-person kind of thing, not just on the internet, because I am going to post this on Facebook, TikTok, and heck, I can't remember the other place. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. I guarantee that they'll lose more money because they refuse to just let me go. All I asked was just unlock my phone and let me leave. But they refused to do that. So now I've had to escalate things to doing this, which I really wouldn't have done. But because you want to hold my phone hostage for another $25 just to leave your service, which you advertise as zero contract, zero strings attached, now here we are. So you're going to lose more money than I lost. If I even get one person to stay away from you, you've already lost. And I'm not mad. This was a few weeks ago, October 30th, and it's been a few weeks. I'm not upset about it anymore. But I don't want it to happen to somebody else. So I filed a Better Business Bureau complaint, an FCC complaint, obviously with the banks and PayPal, police report, identitytheft.gov, the works. I mean, it was a nightmare. And people, at least me anyway, I guess was just kind of desensitized to how much you really use your phone. I mean, that opened us up for literally everything. So I need to be a little more cautious. One thing that was a big issue was a lot of our emails and basically everything with a password they use two-factor identification. Well, mine was a text message. It sends a text message to my phone to prove it's me. When somebody has access to your phone, that's completely useless. So there are apps I found out that you can use. I don't know, Google has one, and I need to look into it a little bit more, but that's an option. I switched over to Verizon, and they won't even transfer your cell service to another device without you having possession of your old phone. They'll send a security code that you have to validate before it can initiate anything. This guy was able to just call into Straight Talk, and middle of the day was able to just transfer my service, and it just locked me out of everything. So I'm thankful that I'm finally free of them, but it really bothered me that they wanted to shake us down for another $25 after everything. I mean, that's pretty sad, especially when you're a zero contract, zero strings attached company. So I'm sure I'm missing some other stuff, but I think that pretty much sums it up. And you know, if anybody had any questions, they could message me directly on. So with that said, I'll show you how to unlock your Straight Talk phone so you don't have to waste a bunch of time with it. So this is the old device. I wasn't able to take it with me and transfer service because they locked it. This is how you unlock a Straight Talk phone. I'll give you a better angle here. Okay, right there. Just like that. Saved a bunch of time. Thank you.